Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Broken Sword 5. Let's continue. So we need to figure out a way out of this room to find probably that Father Simeon has been killed. But we can't just open the door.
The door wouldn't open. Something was blocking it from the other side.
So let's just go out the window then.
The glass was reinforced for sure. I wouldn't be able to smash it and it wasn't going to open. But there had to be a way of getting through it.
Well, we conveniently found a diamond ring, so we'll cut the glass with the diamond ring.
The diamond ring was just what I needed to cut through the glass.
And that's what we saw at the beginning of the added level in the added section in the remastered Broken Sword 1 was that a bad guy cut a glass with the diamond glass cutter or whatever. Kind of repetitive, not really. It's of all the other criticisms I can make of this game, that's probably the idea that they're reusing ideas and concepts.
You must
isn't that bad.
Who did this, Simeon?
Don't let them. A tablet. They are going to raise the devil. Lucifer himself.
Those were his last words. First Henri, now Simeon. Who was behind this? And what was Simeon trying to tell me?
It's probably the Interpol guy. Is the Gnostic. Unless there's another faction. On the concept of...
Simeon had been carrying a scan of an old manuscript with a covering note. Both were written in Latin.
So, let's remember that George went through lawyer school apparently 3 different times to be 3 different types of lawyers. And now he's an insurance investigator. So he should be able to translate this.
Fortunately, I hadn't forgotten the Latin I'd learned at school. The note read, "The tabula veritatis only appears in one file. The Inquisition into Heretical Depravity by Nicholas Emmerich, A.D. 1376. Scan attached." The note was signed by the Vice Prefect of the Vatican Archives. Simeon must have done some digging after he recognized the symbol on Hobbes's sketch. It was a photocopy of an old Latin text. Although a bit rusty, my Latin was still up to the job. It read, "And thus spoke the accused. In this ritual we find succor. Clad in blue, the perfecti take the form of the spiritual, and look towards the rising sun, toward the tree of knowledge. Clad in green, the credentes look the other way, towards the setting sun, where stands the tree of life. And all shall know that the light of knowledge is blue, and that the light of life is green. For thus was the light of Eden, both blue and green, intertwined with the light of man to become pure. Pure light, white light, pure light will win." So it was written in the old texts, affirmed by the tabula veritatis. And these were the accused's last words. It was powerful stuff. I wondered how it connected to La Maledicción.
So, unlike previous Broken Sword games where we got a manuscript that had like the solution to 4 puzzles or more, where we've got this little scan that is the solution to 1.
The illustration showed a group of colored figures engaged in some sort of ritual.
Which
the blue and green
goes to show how small this game is,
the crowd in the foreground,
at least in the concept.
I guess it was a representation of the ritual in the text.
But then we may get the malediction at some point, and that may have more solution.
What have you done? Huh? I know this looks like
you've been caught red-handed.
Excuse me.
Josh, something terrible has happened at the apartment.
Nico, hang on. Lane, it's not what it looks like.
Murdering a priest, Stobbart? Is there no end to your depravity?
It's a simple misunderstanding. Look, I need to go. I'll be at Nico's apartment.
A hair-raising taxi ride later.
Nico!
In here.
And she's cleaning up the blood and then putting the bloody mop in her pocket.
When I arrived, there was someone here. He rushed me, knocked me down.
Did you get a look at him?
No, it happened so quick, and then he was gone.
What a mess. This blood. Where's Marquez?
I don't know. He must be badly hurt. Or dead.
Not another killing.
What do you mean?
I just came from the gallery. Father Simeon's been shot.
My God! Who did it?
I don't know. But before he died, he begged me to stop the Gnostics from raising the devil.
The devil? Whoever's doing the killing, George. It's certainly not him.
Okay, but who? Simeon and Marquez were both attacked at the same time. Just what are we up against?
I don't know. But whoever came here was looking for something. The place has been ransacked. I'm going to clean up. I'll be back in a minute.
Well, it could be the
I'll take a look around.
bad guy and the main bad guy and Shears. So you can't look at this dog even though it's oddly drawn. Like, what kind of game are they playing here that they would animate the bloody mop going in her pocket like a cartoon? That's so inappropriate to the story.
I really hope that Marquez was all right.
Let's see. Do we have anything that could sop up the blood? Nope. Let's look at the coins.
Nico's neighbor had quite an impressive coin collection.
See, so if we put this coin with this
None
coin.
of the coins matched the one in my pocket. Guess it wasn't worth collecting.
What else do we have to click on?
The chair had been knocked over in the fight. But there was something glinting underneath. It was Marquez's medallion.
So we do get the medallion. Does the medallion do anything for us?
It was Marquez's medallion.
Well, if this is red, it almost feels like that there must be a blue and green medallion too somewhere that we haven't even found. I wouldn't be surprised if we found out that there's 2 extra forces acting from the shadows.
Marquez must have put up quite a fight. I spotted something in the mess. It was Marquez's family photo. Marquez wouldn't have intentionally left the photo behind. The sofa was a real mess, but there was something between the cushions.
Like 3 different times we searched 3 different
It was one of the
things.
photographs that Nico had taken during the robbery. It showed a section of La Maledicción. Marquez had written on it.
These saints, but these were the false saints. Judas, Magdalene. So maybe some other saints, heretical saints that the church doesn't recognize.
Hey, George, you find anything?
Just these 3 things
Marquez's
in the
medallion.
mess.
And one of your photos of the robbery.
And you can't hover your
Marquez
mouse
scribbled
over
all over it.
like this and see if
He was
maybe you
trying to
could
work something
interact
out
with something else.
Simeon must have been right.
So if you're an
Maybe
impatient
something
player,
We
you're
should-
gonna have to either click
Wait,
through
hold
the dialogue and miss it, or just
Hello?
wait.
Oui?
This is Inspector Naven. I am looking for the American, Monsieur Stobbart. Are you with him?
Yes, he's right here.
Mon Dieu! Stay calm, madame. Where exactly are you?
In my neighbor's apartment. But why do you...
Do not worry. I am just moments away. very careful. He is armed and highly dangerous.
So George is
But
going
he seems
back
so
to
charming.
Trust me, madame. The leopard never changes its track.
lock him up again.
That was Nave. You're in big trouble.
Lane saw me with Simeon's body. He set me up for sure.
Well, Nave's on his way, and he'll be here any moment.
We have to go, Nico, now.
Down the back stairs. We'll go through Fleur's shop.
And so they come out this door.
Ah, there you are. Right on time.
Sorry, Fleur, but we can't stop.
Suit yourself.
Damn it. Sergeant Moo is outside the door. He's talking to someone.
Oh no, it's Adam,
Who?
my neighbor.
Ah, the pug lover with the trashed apartment.
That's the one.
Feels like a missed opportunity to not bring back the
Hey,
friend
Fleur,
of Nico's
you
that
said
George always
right
hates.
On time. What did you mean?
30 more seconds and you would have been caught. Charged with the murder of a priest.
Whoa. How do you know about that?
News travels fast through the ether, George. Take this.
What do I do with a ball of yarn? Bribe Moo with a nice Aran sweater?
You will find the way. Now, excuse me. I think it's time you planned your escape.
Oh, hi, Adam.
Hi, Nico.
Is he wearing
They
headphones?
say I can't go up to my apartment.
Oh, really? I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why too. Yeah, I'm George, by the way.
Adam, I live in the apartment next to Nico.
I know. I mean, how interesting.
It's funny to have a character
Look,
named
I've been here
Adam
for a while,
and
so
then
the police let me back in.
have a character that say, I don't know you from Adam in a game.
So what now?
You take a look around. I'll see if there's a way to get past Moo.
So this guy is sitting on his CD player. Let's pick up some flowers. Since
Go
we
ahead,
can.
George. Take a few.
Thanks.
Can we push the trolley? Can we turn the trolley into a baby pram? Pram, whatever that's called. Well, we now know how this works. Let's give the flowers to Nico. I'm so desperate for them to have a relationship, I'll try and force it.
I got you some beautiful tulips.
That's sweet, George. But I'm not a big fan of yellow flowers.
Oh, typical.
Yeah, from her dress, I imagine she's want either red roses, maybe some blue or purple lavender. Oh yeah, remember her hair changed color from like black to purple in one game. And I think black. So what if we put the flowers in the trolley? And then we start them on fire, and then we push the trolley
I
down.
wasn't sure that would be useful. Depending on your point of view, it was either shabby chic or an old sack trolley.
Maybe I can just start whatever's on it on fire right now.
I wasn't sure that would be useful. I wasn't sure that would be useful. I gave the trolley a push. Fleur certainly kept her bearings well greased.
George, what are you doing?
I'm not sure yet, but there may be a plan forming.
In the player's mind? Yeah. There's a plan forming
I
in
hope
my
Moo
mind.
didn't spot me.
So we've got to put something flammable
Wasn't
here.
sure that would be useful.
And I'm not sure exactly what this is. Just some whiskey?
I had absolutely no reason to pour a dram on the ground. I wasn't sure that would be useful.
Yarn with a trolley?
I wasn't sure that would be useful.
Yarn with
Well,
flour.
it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yarn with the matches.
They didn't go together.
Whiskey with
It
flowers.
didn't work.
Whiskey with... Well, there's actually some interaction here going
They
on.
didn't go together.
Where it's specifically telling me what things would work well. Or might even try.
It didn't work.
So there's a second level of these
They didn't go
items that
It didn't work.
allows for combining. But
They didn't go
at
together.
this point it has not been necessary at all.
That so didn't work.
Alright. So, nail clippers. Seems to...
It didn't work.
Let's try something simple. Paper with this.
Never in a month of Sundays. Bloomin' lovely, as Mr. Hobbs would say.
So we've got a CD player.
Adam was listening to an old school portable CD player.
Yarn with Adam.
What should I do with this yarn?
Do you really want me to tell you?
No, that's okay.
Let's talk to
Hey
Adam.
again. Penny for your thoughts.
Very good, George.
Let's ask him about the coin.
So, what do you think of this coin?
Oh my God, that's a platinum 12 ruble.
It is? I mean, yeah, of course it is. You know, it's gonna be a rough day, Adam. Why don't you keep the coin?
Are you serious? I'll get my pal Stefan to value it. His coin shop's just around the corner.
Hey, maybe you could use the money to redecorate your apartment.
But it doesn't need redecorating.
That's a matter of opinion.
Well, I knew he would probably do something with the coin. I didn't think that was going to be it, though. Alright, now... Back, forward, stop, play.
The CD was already playing.
C, forward.
It seemed the CD only had one track. A very long one. I didn't want to mess with Adam's volume setting. The lid wouldn't open while the disc was playing.
So, let's see. Stop,
I stopped the disc.
eject.
Ocean Dreamscapes. Just what I needed with the day I was having.
So we got that, and we can
Those
take the
might come in
battery.
handy.
And so we've harvested a battery and a CD out of that. Which maybe we can then put this in here? What is this going to accomplish?
Flirt, do you mind if I change the music?
Good idea.
The sound of lapping waves was affecting mood. But I was going to need something more to open the floodgates.
Oh, so this is... We're back to the beginning of the game. Where we're going to make him... leave his post by having to go to the
I
bathroom.
had absolutely no reason to pour a dram on the ground.
So I still don't understand the trolley part of this, though. We need like a coffee or something.
If we headed back upstairs, Nave would be sure to catch us.
The fact that this inventory lets me go this to a second row tells me that in theory we could have even a third or fourth row. I doubt it though. I feel like we're halfway through the game and it'd be hard to believe that that wasn't the case. Alright. I have all of these items.
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
But it's frankly not worth the effort to try to interlock or interuse items until we have some idea of what we actually need. And that would certainly explain why we hadn't even realized you could use an item on an item. Although it seems like I tried that before and it didn't work. Let's just push the trolley and see if this might be the right
Nothing had
solution.
changed since I last pushed the trolley outside. Doing it again was just going to make Moo suspicious.
CD player, we don't have a CD now. We have 2 batteries.
They were the batteries from Adam's CD player.
Diamond ring?
I wasn't sure that would be useful. The trolley was hand-operated, no batteries required.
I guess we are just gonna have to try everything.
I wasn't sure that would be useful. I wasn't sure that would be useful. I wasn't sure that would be useful.
I'm trying to think here
I wasn't sure that would be useful.
and trying to figure out what possibly would
sure
distract
that would
him
be
of the
useful.
things I could have. Is this a pixel hunt? Is there a coffee or something in this
I wasn't sure that
room?
would be useful.
May just have to hint. Let's go look at the boxes.
There were boxes stacked along the wall. They were all labeled. Florist's foam, flower food, ribbon, pee-pee, bouquet labels. Pee-pee? My curiosity was aroused. It was a plastic statue.
Is it the plastic statue?
Careful with that. It's just come in. Special order.
What is it?
A replica mannequin piece. Fill it with water, pop in some batteries, and watch it go tinkle.
Very tasteful.
Yep. So we've got some batteries for it.
I slotted the battery into the mannequin. A jaunty series of LEDs lit up around the figure.
And so I imagine we're just going to put whiskey in it.
I poured the whiskey into the mannequin. Slouching, wee man. Slouching.
So this is the third time we've just looked at a place and found an item. It seems very out of place. This is not what I expect from point and click adventure games. If I look at something or have looked at something before, I shouldn't ever find anything.
Switched on the waterworks. The mannequin cheerfully sprayed a stream of golden whiskey. Nice.
We gotta get a nice look at this. And it lights up too in different colors.
Okay, that's Moo out of the way. Let's go, Nico.
Where?
To see Bijou. She's been telling me a crock of lies since day one, and right now, I want the truth.
so we automatically
So
travel
you're
here.
telling me that Bijou and Hobbs were having an affair?
Yeah, so she's got some explaining to do.
Unless she's dead too. Wouldn't really mind if that was the case. In all honesty, it would be kind of funny if this turned out to be Lane was doing all of it in the first place, and then he's guaranteed to never show up again. Lene. It's not a big enough character for that twist not to be viable.
Bijou, I need to talk to you.
Can't it wait? You're such a sore head.
No, it really can't.
So it feels like we've done a lot in this past 30 minutes, at the very least.
In the daylight, and without the fog of incense, the apartment looked even weirder.
And we don't get to look at the dog.
George, how delightful to see you.
May I present my friend Nico?
George and I go way back.
Oh, really? Well, don't worry, my dear. I won't steal him.
Look at
His
the
father is
perspective here. She's
Bijou, we're here
probably
to clear up a few points, if you don't mind.
1.5 feet, 2 feet further away from the camera, and yet she's still like 3 inches shorter than George, which means if she was standing back to back, she should be, the top of her head should be about right here, and I don't think that's ever the case. Let's see. Yes, there's definitely something odd on the perspective. Look how much taller he's getting as he gets closer to the camera. Anyways, let's see. If we start a conversation here, it's not gonna even work, so let's just look at everything.
Dress up.
Let's see. Music box.
Please don't touch my music box. It's very delicate.
At the very least, she's not playing the song again.
The subject stared casually out at the world. The subject looked vulnerable as she clasped her knees.
Let's go look at the
Phoebe
stuff, though.
didn't look too bad, considering what she'd been through. Henri looked very much at peace.
We seem to be coming back to Bijou too much, frankly. Because every time we talk to her, we're not getting anything useful, or very little useful for the amount of effort to talk to her. Which makes her a frustrating person to interact with, both in the real world and in the video game. And I think a better writing and a better puzzle would help. We are back down to 1 row of items, although as soon as we start talking to people, that won't be the case. And we jumped from 39% to 45%, so we got a lot done and did 6% as opposed to 5%, as opposed to the 3% before that. So if I still don't like the idea that we're not even 50% done with the game, though. That is very disconcerting. That is very, very odd. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.